It's Thursday, and welcome back to another episode, another crazy episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving. And today we are going to talk about myths. We're going to talk about tricks to shaving. We are going to make sure that you go from shave to A type shave. So let's get started. So the number one question that I get when people are looking into getting themselves safety razors is, oh my goodness, Erica, I'm going to absolutely butcher myself. And I just look at them like this. There is way more exposure in your cartridge-based razor than there is in your safety razor. And look, there is a live blade in here. Look at that. So if you think that you are going to hack yourself up, think again, little lady, you are not. You will be just fine, I promise you. All right, so I'm going to bust down the myth of multiple cartridges. So you go into Shoppers Drug Mart and you find yourself your cartridge-based razor and you look at it and you wonder why it's giving you ingrown hairs. First of all, the first blade is going across your skin and it is removing the hair. The second blade comes along and it just kind of removes whatever hair is left. The third blade comes along and it is just now rubbing against skin. And no hair is left after the first and second blade have run over it. Then the fourth blade comes over and is just shoveling in all the dead skin cells, all what's left on the razor blade into that pore you just created. And then the fifth blade is coming along. And the fifth blade is doing what exactly? Tell me what the fifth blade is doing, because I want to know. So I always use this analogy. You go into the kitchen, you grab your tomato, you put it on your cutting board, and how many knives do you grab to use to cut that tomato? Uno! You only need one razor blade to cut your body hair. It's the same as going into the kitchen and using a knife to cut a tomato. It's not that hard. Safety razor shaving in comparison to cartridge-based shaving price point wise. So you go and buy your Schick razor with your disposable heads and you spend, what do you spend? 15, 25 bucks, maybe 40 bucks if you're really going to go expensive with the 5 cartridge blade things. Or you can come into the store, get yourself a pack of Med Preps. And these blades will cost you, I think they go upwards of $3 for a 5-pack.
It's a no-brainer.
Razor burn and ingrown hair. So I used to suffer very badly from ingrown hairs. I'd shave my armpits and then the next day it would be all sort of scratchy and uncomfortable and you would feel like raw and itchy. So the razor blades are coming across your skin and shoveling all this dirt and oil back into it. And then you're putting deodorant on top of an open wound that you just created. And then it's sweaty and itchy and irritating because it's underneath it. No! So safety razors, only one blade is going on your skin at one point in time. Ever. So 1 blade, 2 blade, maybe a third pass, AC2. As opposed to your 5 blade, which is 5, 10, 15, 20 on your skin. If you think of it exactly how it is when you're shaving. That razor blade is causing so much irritation and then you're closing your armpits with deodorant underneath. Whoa, stop talking about it. Just get yourself a safety razor. Alright, so the task of putting in and taking out a safety razor blade can be a bit daunting. Always remember, as I told you in my first video, always keep your fingers on the side of the razor because there is a live blade in here, it will be sharp. So on the sides, then with just your forefinger and your with your thumb and your index finger, just pull off the bottom razor blade here, and I always just put it on the counter and do that. So I put the blade on the counter and just drop the blade. Then when you go to put in the blade,
et voilà, vous êtes prêts.
if you are shaving with a butterfly razor, like this one, very similar idea. You just take the razor blade, pop it into the top there, fermez, et vous êtes prêt. Encore. Once the blade is in your shaver, it will sit. I don't know how well you can see this, but in here, that is your razor blade. So there is so much little exposure, but so much bang for your buck. As opposed to this big old chunky thing, you have this little sleek tool. Ouvrir. And there you are, razor blade out of your shaver. When you are traveling, oh my goodness. Okay, so when you are traveling with your safety razor, if you are traveling with your 3-piece, I literally just take my 3-piece razor into 3, put it in my bag, and when I get to that destination, I buy razor blades at the local store for €1 for a 10-pack, and then I go down to the beach with my Leia shaving cream, and I sit in Barcelona, and I shave my legs. Then, when you get back to the airport, ouvrir, apprendre, and then all you have to do is just bend that razor blade, put the rest of your shaver back in your bag, and go. It's that easy. So this is my Parker SR1 Chevette. I know it looks a little bit weird and chickeny, but when you actually go to use it, it looks a little different than this. So you go ahead and you take your half razor blade. So you have your full razor blade. You take it, you bend it in half. It's very pliable. Bend it in half. Here. Line up these 2 little half moons. And then I just take it on a flat surface and I just level it out. Oop. Level it out so it's like this. And I bring on the Sweeney Todd, and then I go ahead and shave. And this one is actually really nice, just in case you feel like going traveling, giving yourself the same experience as shaving with a straight razor, but you obviously can't take your straight razor with you to Europe or to Guatemala or to Dominican Republic. So you just take your Chevette, buy a couple of packs of razor blades when you get there, and then when you get to the airport, then you just chuck this in your bag, go through airport security. They don't ask questions because it doesn't look like anything suspicious, and you get on with your day. All right, so for you lovely ladies who don't like going to get bikini waxes, or you just feel like it's very uncomfortable, shaving your woohoo as well as your armpits with a safety razor is actually quite easy. So unlike your cartridge-based razor where you have to worry about the multiple blades and the size and thickness, you don't have to worry about that one so much, as your shaver is actually quite thin now. And if you are going to shave any of your business, I suggest highly that you use an unscented shaving soap or cream. You use your shave brush as the exfoliation in the nether regions needs to happen. And you use something that either allows you to see or you feel very comfortable using, and a fresh razor blade. You want it to be as sharp as possible. Also try and find a razor blade that is non-coated, non-oiled, nothing. You want to try and find something like the Med Preps, which are a non-oiled, non-coated razor blade. They're super easy, super sharp, really nice and aggressive on the skin, and they won't leave you with any irritation. Oh, and don't forget to use an aftershave, balm or splash, depending on what you use, but make sure that's also unscented, as you don't want to mix with what's going on fragrance-wise down below, because sometimes the partner, it gets bad. So I love shaving with my safety razor. I love the shave it gives me. I love the ability to shave what I need to shave without worrying about ingrown hairs, razor burn, nicks and cuts. The only time I ever find you do nick yourself is if you're either trying to shave too quickly or you happen to go over something that's already pre-irritated. Like if you have a mosquito bite on the inside of your calf muscle and you completely forget about it and you go over it with a fresh blade, you may open it up, but you're not giving yourself a nick. It's just kind of already there. Shaving above the knee and shaving the knee thing? What woman do you know who has hairy knees? I may have one hair on my knee, but I am sure as heck not going to shave it. Also, ladies, don't shave above your knee. It is, honest to goodness, not necessary, because once you start that, it's very hard to stop and you feel like you're always prickly, whereas that is an area of your leg that doesn't grow dense body hair until you start shaving it. So for those of you who may be younger, just getting into the shave world, you are beautiful the way you are. Do not shave above your knee. Even if you're expecting company, it doesn't matter. Your legs will stay nice and smooth. I've never shaved above my knee and my legs are flawless. So that was another episode of Wild Women Wet Shaving. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions regarding the shavette that I'm using, regarding the safety razors that I'm using, this is a Merkur, this is my Parker, and this is my housemate's. I would never use this, and I'm going to get her a safety razor because, honest to goodness, I am a safety razor snob. Comment on the section below and let me know if you have any questions regarding how to shave, where to shave, do I do a downstroke, do I do 2 passes? I want to know. What type of shave brush do you use when you're traveling? What kind of razors do you tend to buy while you're traveling? What is it like as a gentleman taking a safety razor with you? Talk to me. I want to know what's going on. Happy New Year to those of you who celebrate New Year.
New Year is next month, so that'll be very exciting to see what year we are going to be going into. Don't forget to get your Detroit Eatery t-shirt, as I am a huge fan.
I am family. This is my life. Thank you for watching Wild Women Wet Shaving. I will see you next Thursday, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram under Wild Women Wet Shaving. And yeah, happy shaving. See you next week.